I was cutting onions with a mandolin and it slipped.
So, if you follow my content, you know that I hurt myself almost 2 weeks ago, and my thumb is healing. It hasn't really stopped me that much, but these are some of the bandages and everything that I have used as I am trying to protect my thumb because life still goes on. I am going to show you what my finger looks like now. So, if you don't want to see it, please just click off. So, when I did originally cut a chunk of my thumb off, um, we were trying to stop the bleeding. We were using a pillowcase. That was the first thing that we were able to just grab and use that to put pressure on it. And I'm so glad that we did that. I learned later on, and someone said, "Do not put gauze on your finger on an open wound." And I learned and I understood why that person said that. So I want to let y'all know, if you have an open wound, do not put gauze on it because as it heals, oh my God, that gauze will stick into that. So the night that I cut myself, we got it bandaged enough. We stopped the bleeding enough so that the next day I was able to go to urgent care. She got me cleaned up. She told me to just put like antibiotics on there. And what I started doing was using a small band aid, like you see towards the bottom, like right near my face. I would put a small band aid around my thumb. And then I would put like one of those no stick pads. You can see that I have no stick pads on top of it to give it a little bit more cushion. And then I would wrap it up in a bigger band aid. So this is what my thumb currently looks like. You can see that I sliced off a chunk of the nail as well, a different angle. Um, so I sliced it to the point where I can't even use my thumb to get into my phone anymore. So you can see that the wound is healing, but this right here, when I tell y'all that I did use gauze, but it was a couple of days after I had originally cut myself, and it was still healing. I thought that it was healing pretty well, but that gauze got into the wound, and and it just kind of stuck in there, and so I was literally trying to wet it and pull it a little bit because that webbing on the gauze will like stick into the healing part, and it was pretty terrible. So this is how I bandage my thumb up. I would put the smaller bandage on, and then I would put a no stick pad on top of it, and I put the bigger band-aid on top. I don't have a no stick pad on right now because I don't really need it anymore because the thumb is healing pretty well. But at first I was needing it, and sometimes with that no stick pad, it moves around because it's not really sticking. The gauze does better, it doesn't move around, but the no stick does better in that it doesn't stick into the wound. So with the no stick, I needed this band-aid stick tape, the first aid tape that you see here. I would wrap everything up at the end so that the band-aid would stay on. So this is a little bit of what I did to keep the bandages on. In the beginning, I was supposed to change out the band aids twice a day. And then as it healed a little bit, I was doing it once a day because it didn't need it as much. So, as you guys can see, the thumb is healing pretty well. It is still tender. I can't touch it up against anything. You will recognize when you are not using your thumb as much how many things actually require that you use your thumb, that you use it for touch, to scroll, for many, many things. But it's healing, it's getting better. I'm getting better. Life goes on. And like I said, it's definitely getting better. Not going to be 100%. The nail might grow back in. The skin is coming back. I'm not sure if that chunk that's missing is going to come back. I don't know. All right. Just giving you guys an update. Let me know what you think. If you have any first aid tips that you want to give to the people, now is your time to weigh in. This is just what we were. Oh, I do have something else. I do have something else, y'all. The doctor that helped me originally, she said, don't put alcohol on these types of wounds immediately. She said that would aggravate it even more because I did actually try to put some alcohol when it first happened, and Oh my God, that was the worst pain ever. She said, um, she said, don't do that. Just try to clean it up the best that you can and use the antibacterial. So that's a little tip that I got. All right, now I'm closing. Jump in if you have any more tips for people. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.